Hey everybody, Primaris here, and I've got another look at the new stuff coming out for ninth edition. Now, I just did the live stream this morning, live stream hobby kind of hangout along with the Twitch live stream, and then I just did kind of the abridged version of that while following along with the community article of the stuff that's coming out in the new box. And then now I'm doing the next community article that they put up right after they finished the live stream, where they're showing some additional stuff coming out. Now they showed this stuff in the very last trailer of the live stream, and it just kind of like nobody saw it coming. They never mentioned it. They just put it up, and you're watching it. You're just like, whoa. So a lot of shock, and I was very pleased with what I saw. I'm pretty excited for it. I know there's already some controversy and some hate out there. Um, but yeah, we'll go over that quickly here. Like I said, this won't be a very long one, but we'll just dive into it. So beyond the box, so beyond the new box set that's coming out, which again, I just want to say, if you haven't seen my other video, they did say in the Twitch that this is a limited run box. They said there will be plenty available, and like they're gonna be doing them for so long. So like if they were to run out of stock for some reason or whatever, they can make more. But at some point, they're going to cut it off, like with the first edition of Kill Team, the Shadow War Armageddon. Like those ones, they didn't. I don't. I think Shadow War. I can't remember if they did say it was going to be limited, but I do know the first box set of the new Kill Team that came out with Adeptus and Gene Stealer. They never, at least to me, it wasn't clear that it was going to be a limited run thing, and then all of a sudden it was like gone and you couldn't get it anymore. Um, and then they came out with a new one. But anyway, they did state in this that this is one. It's not a starter set, so it's not going to be around for all of ninth edition like Indominus, um, Dark Imperium was. Sorry, it's going to be only here for a little bit of time because it's meant to just be for those that currently play. Although new players can get it, but it's going to have some things missing that past start. I guess I don't know. It's not start collecting, but it started starter boxes, I guess, had, which are, it's not going to have the quick rule guide card in there, and it's also not going to have dice or that 12-inch like plastic ruler thing. It's just going to have the armies and the rule book, the assembly guide, transfers, and I guess kind of a campaign. I don't know. It's not a campaign book necessarily. It just has the rules in it for like rules and lore for the two armies included. Um, yeah. So anyway, let's begin. I'm gonna take a quick drink. All right. So um, let's dive in here. So this is the video they showed. I'm not gonna show it now. You can definitely go to the Warhammer community, or they'll probably put it up on YouTube and everything else. But they just kind of do a quick rundown of the new stuff coming out. So the first one, the Invader ATV. Combat bikes are great, but sometimes you got to bring big guns along for the ride. So I love it. There's been a lot of hate and a lot of funny memes. Some of the memes I've seen is like this thing cruising around on like the moon, like it's a lunar lander, lunar rover thing. I've also seen Mario Kart memes popping up, which it definitely fits that. But at the same time, I just love it because I'm a Space Marine and especially Primaris fanboy. um, so I'll be very interested to see if this Gatling turret up here, I'm sure it's just an onslaught Gatling, if this is going to have any other options. Are we going to have a plasma option up here, or what I would love. So I will die. I will absolutely die if we get a Las Talon. Not a Las Cannon. I don't like a Las Talon to me is more like the shorter range, but this thing looks like it could be fast. Um, yeah, I would definitely be. Now that because this thing is what it is, I don't think it'll have the power of the machine spirit, meaning if this, I mean, these are still heavy, so they're going to be a -1 potentially, but I don't know if the new edition is going to have that rule or not. And then these just look like bolt rifles down here. So just your standard bolt rifles, so probably 2 shots each for rapid fire, otherwise 1 shot. And then, like I said, you have the onslaught cannon up there, and we'll see if you get other options. I'm hoping las cannon. Alright, and then the next one they showed here is another very controversial kit that people are kind of questioning. The Firestrike Servo Turret. Lock down the battlefield with heavy weapon platforms fit for Primaris Space Marines. So, is this thing going to be mobile? Don't know. And then kind of like what else is its kind of purpose? Because I mean, these are obviously like those auto cannons that suppressors are carrying. So is it going to have the suppressive rule as well? Yeah, and if it's not mobile, so we have a Tech Marine on here. And so does that make it a character if this is Tech Marine, or is this just a Tech Marine as in, the gunners and the pilots technically are all Tech Marines, so that's all. It's just for that aesthetic alone. But I'm really curious like how this is going to is this going to be mobile in any way? It doesn't look very mobile to me. Or is it going to be like an emplacement you put down? And then does it have other weapon options or not? Like, and then there's just so much. And then because if this thing isn't mobile and whatever, then you have kind of an issue of having a lot of line of sight blocking things and not in range and all that kind of stuff. But like, can you place it on top of buildings and have a good line of sight and range? And then I'm not sure how the new cover system works. So like, how ineffective will buildings and cover make it? Yeah, and is this going to have an anti-air capability as well, with new flyer rules and stuff floating around? So, oh, right here it says last talents. Let me go back here. Oh, I didn't even read that. I should probably read this article, huh? Invaders can go anywhere Outriders can go. You can arm them with either Onslaught or a multi-melta to lay down some serious supporting firepower in a hurry. Talking a big... Okay, so, no last talent. Got it. But you can bring a melta. That's pretty cool. So this is your new side-by-side that they had the trike before, where you could bring the melta. This is it. This is 100%. They are replacing the old Marine line. 100%. That's what this is. Yeah. And, I mean, they're going to have some things that they're replacing. Anything that there's a current regular Marine model there's going to be a Primaris equivalent, and then they're going to also release other things that there is no regular Marine equivalent. Like this right here, I'm not sure what this would be replacing, if it's replacing anything, because as we just read here, you can bring the Twin Accelerator Auto or Twin Las. And crewed by one of the Emperor's finest, your enemies will think twice about taking on fire strike servo. Hold the line while the more mobile elements of your army leap into the fray. So, yeah, very interesting. Now, I like the idea of taking Twin Las Talons. Not a fan. That's a huge fan of it, but I am a fan. The thing I don't like about the last Talon being the fact that they're 24-inch range. But last Talons are 2-shot, 24-inch range. So, you are getting that. And so at 24-inch range, 4 las cannon profile shots is pretty cool. But like I said, with 24-inch range and an emplacement that's just going to kind of sit there, not the biggest fan of that. So it'll be interesting to see how these things can get deployed, and if there's any way of moving them or repositioning them or something, because that'll be a big factor on, one, if you even take it, and then two, what you take on it. So again, I don't play Necrons really at all, so I'm not sure how good these new units are. I do know when I see this guy, this Locust Heavy Destroyer, I think thick. Like, that boy is thick. Like, that's a centaur with a big gun. That thing is, yeah. The immense floating robots put the heavy back in heavy destroyers. Look at those oversized thrusters. Yeah, they are. Fitted with advanced optics and wielding Gauss destructors and enigmatic exterminators. Locusts are programmed to erase the heaviest opposition. So, alright. Then we have this here is like another one of those War of the World type models. A Canopic Doomstalker. The Necrons really know how to gain advantage of the firing position for their heaviest weapon. So yeah, this thing will have some pretty good line of sight with that, for sure. The Colossal Doomsday Blaster mounted to the back of these. Now, I believe I've only ever seen these. There's like some kind of arc, Doomsday arc, I think is what it's called, or something. Because there's the transport version, and then there's like another one. I think this thing is like slung underneath. So this new Dynasty is definitely coming out with a lot more tall, spindly walker stuff, which is pretty cool. And like I said, I would love to play this new Necron army of stuff. Just from this, it just looks so cool. Another thing I guess I want to say I didn't expect, but at the same time, like, I'm not surprised, but I'm pleasantly surprised and should have expected a novel to come alongside this. So definitely excited about this. It is not another Dark Imperium one. There's still one more Dark Imperium book supposed to come. There's the Dark Imperium, then we have Dark Imperium Plague Wars, and then there's still supposed to be a trilogy as far as I know, but this is not that. And it sounds pretty neat. It's basically about the Space Marines encountering the Necrons in the Pariah Nexus. So basically coming in contact with these new Necrons and basically trying to get back the word to Gilliman and everybody what's going on. So they have some, so you'll have the physical hardback copy, which I'm going to try to get. There will be a digital, an audio, and they have these two special editions, which I don't know. The kind of drawing factor for me, I'm not going to get these personally. It's kind of, I'm not an ultra, I don't play Ultramarines. I do like reading some of their stories and stuff, but I don't have any desire to collect this. But then I just don't like the look of the covers. But the other drawing factor that's kind of there is they do have an additional story, I guess, in them. Now, I don't know if they have a different story in each. It just says the special edition will contain an additional short story. They'll be themed around the Ultramarines and Necrons. So I don't know if like this will have a short story about Ultramarines, this will have a short one about Necrons, or if it's the same short story in both. It just involves Ultramarines and Necrons. So yeah, that is it for this one. Like I said, it's pretty quick, straightforward. Yeah, I am very interested to know what's going on here. I like the look of it. It looks cool. I know a lot of people have issue with like the idea of an emplacement. Then they also said like there's been people like, why would you have a belt-fed thing weapon outside the blast shield or whatever? And then somebody responded like, well, maybe so that way you can have weapon options. And obviously, we do see here that you can switch, you can put las talent, so it makes it easier from a modeling aspect, I suppose. And then this thing. So I think I'm going to try and do a video where I'm going to try to compare and see what models we have a equivalency to now. Because like I said, everything is getting an equivalency, and I am curious to see kind of what we got going on here. So, because we still haven't seen a flyer. I feel like Eradicators and Hellblasters are kind of holding down the Devastator thing. Yeah. So anyway, well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that for sure, and it's gonna take me a little while to put all that together, but I'm definitely going to, because I want to look more into this and see how close we are to having the complete old regular Marines replaced. So, all right, well, with all that said, what are your thoughts on these new models? I personally am excited for them. Yes, like anything can be better. I know a lot of people don't like the clearance aspect of it, but I mean, I kind of always think of it like, well, it is sci-fi. I'm sure there's ways that the suspension is adjusted in some way or whatever. Or like I explained on my Facebook page, I had made a picture of, I don't see a problem, all you got to do is floor it. And it's basically, there was like a hill that normally if it was going normal speed, like the bike would bottom out on. But if you just floor it and catch some air, eventually you'll come down, and you don't even have to worry about clearing it then. So, But yeah, so what are your thoughts? What are you looking forward to? Are you more excited for the Space Marine, the Necron stuff? Like I said, I personally love Space Marine stuff. I'm a Space Marine fanboy or whatever, because that's just the chapter, or the faction I've always gravitated toward anyway. Um, but I wish I could have every army at the end of the day, really. And I do really love the look of those new Necrons. I've so I like pretty much the look of every army or every faction out there in some way or another. But I definitely like the look of these Necrons more than the older ones. And plus, there's so much more coming out for them that we've seen in the background of photos, like new, I don't know, they're called Cryptarchs, or the big, or what are those big monoliths? Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff they're updating, and they are just looking better and better. So, yeah, we will see. So, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos I got on the page. Got more reviews, thoughts, um, some past live streams you can check out, and I do them every now and again. I'm starting to get more into doing live streams. I kind of like doing this kind of live stream hobby hangout thing, so maybe I can do one where it's just solely a hobby hangout and talk, without doing one as a watch along. But it's just kind of, it's based on schedule and time and stuff like that. But yeah, and check out the Facebook page. I post there pretty regular with different projects and things I'm working on there, and other updates and things as they come along. And usually have a pretty good discussion, and it's pretty active over there on the Facebook page and stuff. So I guess with all that, if you would please subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And until next time.